This simple 3-ingredient homemade biscuit recipe is so easy and fast to put together. Everyone will be thinking you are amazing because you can make homemade biscuits, and it's so easy, anyone can do it. Here's what you need to make them. You're gonna need some buttermilk. You're gonna need self-rising flour, and you will need some baking powder. Baking powder. And what you're gonna do is you're going to get a half a cup of self-rising flour. It has to be, it really does have to be self-rising flour, because if it's not self-rising, this recipe won't work. And it really does need to be buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, the recipe doesn't turn out the same way. I don't know why, but just trust me, it doesn't. So anyway, you need a half cup of self-rising flour, and then you're gonna need 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. That's 1/4, 2, 3/4 teaspoon of that. Then you're going to stir it around. My mom used to make this recipe all the time. When we had biscuits growing up, this was the recipe that she always made, and they were always good. Okay, and then you're gonna take the same half cup, you're gonna put half cup of buttermilk in it. That's it. You're going to stir it up until you get a good consistency. Sometimes I have to add more buttermilk. See, like that's really, it needs a little bit more milk. It's a little too dry. I'm getting low on buttermilk. Okay. Okay. This is more like it. Can you see? Like, that's more like the consistency you want. Like, it's not coming off of the spoon, but it's not, it has some moisture in it. You see? That's the consistency that you want. And then you're gonna take cast iron skillet. This recipe is gonna make 4 biscuits. So there's 4 of us in our family, so that's 1 for every person in our family. You're gonna need a cast iron skillet as well. So this is also one of those things that you can probably make them in something else, but the cast iron skillet really does make a difference in how they turn out. This one was my great grandmother's cast iron skillet, and it's still awesome. It's probably over 100 years old. It's still awesome. So I'm gonna take some oil, put some oil in there, about that much. Kind of run it around a little bit in there. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the self-rising flour and just put you a little bit on a paper towel like this. Then you're going to take you're going to get about, this is a tablespoon here, so you're going to get about that much. Put it over on there like this. And then just kind of do it around in the flour like that, and just gently kind of toss it back and forth until you can kind of get the shape of a biscuit and put it in your thing. Then I take my hands, get a little bit on the back of it, and put it on the top like that. Just keep going. You can absolutely make this recipe. It's so easy. And you know, it may take a little bit of practice to get the right consistency, but you'll get it. After you do it several times, you'll get it. And they come out very light. And they're so good. And fast. A lot of times when I need a bread to go with my meal, This is such a super fast way to have a bread with your meal. I'm gonna get a little baby one. This recipe makes more, so if you, it makes 4. So if you need more than that, just double the recipe. Okay. Now, let me wash my hands. Now, you're gonna set your oven to 450 degrees, okay? So I've got my oven set. Hang on, let me see if I can do the camera and get the biscuits in the oven. Hang on a second. Once your oven is preheated to 450 degrees, you're gonna slide your biscuits in the oven and they should be ready to go. You're gonna set a timer for 15 minutes. That's it. So 450 degrees at 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes is up. And here we go. They may have stayed in there a little long, but it's okay. And what I do is I take them out immediately and then I flip them onto another one. I put a piece of paper towel on here to absorb the moisture. Okay, there you go. Now they're ready to be buttered, and that's it. Simple and easy. Anyone can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. You've got this. Go have fun.